Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Now then, if the Labour Party really want to help the poorest people in society, they would not come to this House with a motion to cut somebody's bill by £61 a year. There were Labour MPs last night drinking in the terrace bar, spent more than that on a round of drinks. So do I want to see VAT removed from our energy bills? Of course I do, everybody does. Which is why I signed a letter last week to the Chancellor asking to cut the VAT on bills. But I also want to see the removal of levies on domestic energy, which is nearly a quarter of an electricity bill. Now that sort of saving is a real saving and would make a real difference to the people in Ashfield and Eastwood. But of course there's not much of an appetite for that in this place as we strive to be net zero in record time. No one disagrees with what we're trying to do to save the planet, but a lot of us are sat here on over 80 grand a year. Some people have second jobs, and we're telling poor people that they must pay more to heat their homes. Well, quite frankly, Madam Deputy Speaker, when it comes to heating homes, people don't care where their gas or electric comes from, in the same way they don't care where the petrol or diesel comes from when they go to fill their cars up. All people want to do in this country is be able to afford their bills, that's all. But what the Labour Party are trying to do here is play politics with people's lives so they can get a cheap social media clip saying the nasty Tories are voting against a cut in VAT. And they are relying on the great British public not knowing how the process works in this place. It's a pitiful way, Madam Deputy Speaker, to conduct themselves. Let's be honest, this is not a vote to help poorer people pay their bills. It is a vote to take over the order paper and let the opposition return us to the disastrous days of a few years ago, which almost cancelled Brexit. There's no doubt that people are struggling and the cost of living is increasing with the increase of fuel prices. So who's to blame for the increase in energy prices? We can't just blame the pandemic. We're all to blame. Successive governments have never really took this seriously. We've closed all our pits. We don't produce the gas like we used to. We've ignored this for years. Both governments, let's be honest. And I see them shaking their heads, Madam Deputy Speaker, across the way there. They're not really interested in helping people in places like Ashfield. We've seen Ashfield been ignored for decades and decades. Absolutely no investment at all. You know, 70 million so far with this government. 2 new schools coming, hopefully a new railway line. We've got millions and millions of pounds coming into Ashfield. And what's their answer to levelling up in Ashfield? £1 a week saving on energy bills. It's